I was trolling the comments and I found this question from Zara. Thought I'd take it upon myself to solve this one / answer it. Full disclosure, this is the comments from someone else's video. Ho ho! First step was to set up a repo. I've put 2 challenges in there. One is to run a reduce on an object, and the other one is to run it on an array of objects. You can see here I've created some fake object data, some booleans, some strings, undefined, and I'm calling the function object example, which has the objective of returning an object with only booleans in, and we've got function with sort data which logs out the current data. So in the terminal you can see the output there is just that object data. Get rid of these because we don't need them, and we need an array in order to run a reduce, so we're going to use object.keys on data, pop a reduce on there, add an arrow function, and we want access to the prev value and the current value. We're going to initialize with an object, and for a start we're just going to log out the current value so we can see what we've got. Over to the terminal, and there you go, you've got all of the keys there. So if data dot, well, using square bracket notation, current value, so if the value is equal to true, we're going to console log the value. And there you go, you can see in the terminal we've logged out 3, the 3 that are true. So in the case that they are true, we're going to spread the previous value, and we're going to add the current, well, the new current value using square bracket notation. And then the default state is just to return the previous value because we don't want to change the array in that case. And we're going to save that output and return it from our sort data function. Pop over to index again, and we're going to store the result from object example, and we're going to log it out. And let's run it in the terminal, and there you have it. Moving over to challenge number 2. This one's not going to be as fast or as clean, but probably a bit more useful. You can see at the top right there, it says return an array of objects with the following conditions: GIF or video at the first index. If there is a video, then remove GIF, never more than 1 video or GIF. So it's a bit more difficult than the last one. And the first thing we're going to do is store the result from array example, and then log that out. Back it over in the index file this is. I'm going to comment that out for now because we don't need it. As opposed to the other one, we do want data this time, we don't need to convert anything, so we're just going to pop reduce straight on there. And like before, we want access to prev value and current value. We want to initialize with an array this time instead of an object, and our default state is just to return the previous value. The first thing we need to hit is the GIF or video, so we'll start with GIF. So if the current value.type is equal to GIF, we're going to return a new object with prev value. We're going to spread that. Oh no, sorry, an array. We're going to spread that prev value, and then in front of that we're going to add our current value, so make sure the GIF is at the first index. You can see in the terminal there we've got 2 GIFs, they're both at the front. So we need to add a new check to make sure that the first index is not a GIF. Run that again, and we've got a problem because type is not defined because of the first run, and there is no 0 index, and we've added a check there. But a better check is to use optional chaining, and I had to pause it there because my linter was not set up to like new features from JavaScript. So if you're interested, just go over to the eslint rc.json file. It's in the repo. You can see what I had to do to configure that. And you can see the syntax is no longer highlighted there on the optional chaining operator. So we don't need to check anymore to make sure the first index is an object. But we also want to check if it's a video. We don't want to insert the GIF. So we want to copy that, do a similar thing for video, and run that, and we can see something's gone wrong because we don't have a video. What is the problem? Still no video. What's gone wrong? We've made a typo. Just change that to video, and there we go. So we've got video and a GIF, but we don't want to add a GIF. We don't want a GIF if we've got a video. So we're going to check the first index to make sure that it is a GIF. And if it is, we're going to splice that straight out of the array. And there you go. So now we've got the video replacing the GIF. And we want to return the pref value, the current value for all cases that don't match the video and the GIF. Let's log that out. We've got a problem because it's not an array. Keep making that mistake. And there we go, we've got all of them, except for there's still a problem because we've got video and GIF a bit later on. So we'll just add another if statement that says if the type is equal to video or type is equal to GIF, then we just return the pref value without altering anything. Run that again, and there we go. We've got video in first place. If there was no video, the GIF would be there, and then we've just got that followed up with, well, JPEGs in this case, but anything else that was in the data. And that is about as complicated as a reduce probably ever gets. There's definitely ways to make this horrible sort data function we've got now much cleaner. If you've got any suggestions for how you could do this better, definitely let me know. We'd love to hear that. And I'll see you next time.